trapped and lost, walking a tightrope bound to slam. Sound is a twisted lullaby, touch is the slice before the blood. Soon something's got to give in. Can lose control. Remember to focus, so I can find my way out. Can't breathe to the street, long way down, suffocating endless dream, long way down, long way down, long way down. Don't give up the light, using every last breath, escaping the long way down.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Forever Dead podcast with me, your host, Nightcrawler. Hell yeah! How is everyone doing today? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, whether it be the morning or the afternoon like me, alright? Either way, I hope you're having a great day, alright? A splendid Saturday, alright? Hope you're all, having a lot of fun with your day, and I hope you have a lot of fun with this stream, okay? We've got a pretty good one today, so hopefully you enjoy it. Gonna be talking about the Summer Game Fest that happened last night, and also some other stuff as well, because there was a state of play. We might have to talk a little bit about that and some of the games featured. How you doing there, Blow Lover? Or I'll call you Lover, okay? How you doing there, Lover? Good to see you there, man. Welcome. Best intro music ever. Yeah, you like that one, dude? Yeah, I like that song right there. It's a good song, man. But so yeah, we're just gonna be talking here for a couple of hours about some of the games that got featured in the Summer Game Fest yesterday, and maybe some of the games as well from State of Play. There wasn't really much there, but there was one game in particular that I definitely got to talk about. Okay, so we'll for sure feature that in today's stream. Hello there, Retro Geek. How you doing there, brother? Good to see you, man. I'm glad you're doing well, and hope you enjoy your stay. Okay. So, yeah, we'll get started very shortly, alright? Just, let a few people join in the meantime, and then we'll get things rolling with this amazing stream, okay? The most legendary stream of all time, okay? Once in a lifetime stream right here. Never before seen stream, okay? Truly of legendary proportions right here. You will not see quality live streaming content like this anywhere else. Okay? You won't. Nowhere else on the internet will you find such high quality, amazing stream content such as the Nightcrawler stream, okay? It's just that good. It really is. It's just that good. Let's be honest. Truly spectacular content when he actually streams, that is. What happened to the last couple of weeks, Nightcrawler? I thought you were back streaming. You said you were gonna live stream on Saturday and Sunday. You haven't streamed for the past 2 weekends. I'm sorry about that, okay? I've just been occupied with the summer and stuff, you know. I want to stream, you know, but I got caught up, right? I got caught up and, you know, just, you know, chilling, right? Fucking... Just life, basically, just life, right? Luckily the fucking heat wave has passed, but I guess I'll, you know, that's just temporary. God, I hate summer, dude. I really do hate. I don't hate summer. I just hate fucking super hot weather. God, I hate it, alright? I'll take fucking the winter over summer any day, man. Summer is overrated. Alright, it's fucking overrated. I hate it. I can't stand it. Man, the Evil Within one, yeah. Yeah, from the first game. I love that track right there. Think Darkness will join? I don't know, dude. Do you know what? I actually got a comment from him the other day. Yeah, you know about Darkness then, yeah. Interesting individual. Who are you, by the way? Are you anyone I know? Because I don't even know if that's your name, right? Because fucking YouTube is so shit now. It shows your bloody at name, right? Whatever the hell they call that, rather than your actual profile name. It's super annoying. Why do YouTube do these unnecessary changes just to make the platform worse? Fucking YouTube sucks, okay? You see, none of that shit on Kick. How you doing there, Pilot? I can see his name. Alright, no weird bloody fucking some bullshit that I don't think you can even, well, you can change it, but people don't change that shit unless you're, you know, an actual channel, right? Like, I've got my own thing, you know, fucking Nightcrawler 552, but I mean, nobody changes that unless you, like, are a channel, right? An actual channel. Like, if you're just a viewer, nobody does that shit. Is that trans? BBC Lover? Wait, is that his name, dude? Oh, it's me, trans. Okay, so, okay. I thought you were a new guy, right? Right. Welcome, trans. How you doing there, brother? Oh, man, good to see you there. Fucking, yeah, is that his name on YouTube? BBC Lover? Man, what is wrong with this boy right here with that crazy name, dude? Crazy name. I'm a winter type of guy. I love rainy, foggy, gloomy days. Yeah, I like rain too. I love rain, man. It's just, it's a really just chill kind of atmosphere. I know a lot of people hate rain, you know, but I like it. I like the sound of it and shit. You know, you can hear it outside. It's very relaxing, dude. It's like ASMR, bro. Where's my boy Jacko, dude? With the ASMR, okay? Rain is that's like natural ASMR, right? So that's ASMR from Mother Nature. You know, not some bloody e-whore, alright? Some goddamn slag online whispering into the microphone. Doing some goddamn ASMR, okay? Some weird shit, man. We're a bunch of simps, bro. A bunch of scrawny-legged simps watching these goddamn talentless slags, right? Whispering into a microphone. That is definitely some sort of fetish, okay? I'm not saying all ASMR is like fetish content, but I'm telling you, man, there's a big, there's a part of that fucking whole ASMR shit. That's some fetish content right there. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Especially some of them, right? Can't stand the heat, yeah, same, man. But yeah, good to see you, Pilot. Hope you're doing well there, brother. My Hungarian brethren, I'm sorry for the abuse earlier, okay? I lashed out at Pilot once again. I know I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it, goddammit. I'm trying to work on it. I know it's a very abusive friendship between us. I'm working on it, okay? I know I'm very abusive. I'm always lashing out at this guy, but I'm working on it, okay? I'm sorry. I'm a flawed person. Oh, God. But, yeah, we'll get started just a minute, okay? Just a minute, alright? I changed it for the funnies, yeah? I see, dude. Oh, it's not the news channel then. No, not the news channel. Okay, no. It's that other type of BBC, dude. The e-girls are strange. Oh man, you know, don't even get me started with that shit. Not the right time, okay? Not the time or the place for ranting about goddamn talentless e-whores online, okay? Fucking hell. Okay, so yeah, we're basically just gonna look through the trailers and stuff for you know, what appeared yesterday at Summer Game Fest. I've got IGN pulled up right here. In fact, let me actually do something, because I'm not gonna be playing the audio for the trailers, so you know, so then we don't have it be like quiet in the background. I'll have to actually copy and paste some music. So yeah, you see, I've just got the IGN YouTube channel pulled up right here. Okay, you should be able to hear music now. That way then, when we're changing from this to this, you've got some music. Rather than just silence in the background. The good old Beholder music. My god, you know, I love this shit right here. You know, this is basically my I don't know, my streaming music, dude. I always play this shit. You know, hopefully you enjoy it, because you're gonna be hearing it for a couple of hours. Hello there, Marco. Good to see you there, brother. Good to see you there, man. So yeah, as you can see, I've just got IGN's channel pulled up here, and we'll just look through some of the games. I can't quite remember them all. There was definitely some games that I didn't fucking care about, but there's some games that definitely need to be talked about. Definitely two in particular. So we'll do that in just a second, alright? Right. But yeah, good to see you there, Marco. Hope you're doing well, brother. Made it in time for the best podcast in the world. Absolutely. You see, this guy knows. This guy knows. He knows good shit when he sees it. Just like that guy Pilot, okay? That guy knows legendary content when he sees it. But yeah, good to see you there, Marco. I hope you're doing well, brother. Just in time, okay? We got a good old stream lined up for you guys today, okay? Couple of hours of just talking about the events that happened recently. Specifically the Summer Game Fest. Because State of Play, there wasn't really anything at it, dude. That was a fucking waste of time, dude. Waste of goddamn time, bro. Have you heard of the indie game? Oh, you know what? We'll get to that, okay? We'll get to that, dude. We'll get to that. Don't watch IGN. Yeah, I don't watch IGN, but it's just a convenient place for all the trailers, you know? If you're talking, hey, if you mean don't support them, hey, I've got an ad blocker, so they're not getting a cent from me, dude. It's just a good place to watch all this, the trailers. But you know what? I think I'll just start off with a good one, okay? Let's just start off with a good one. Where is it? Let's see where the hell this shit is, man. Okay, wait, combat trailer? Oh, whatever, we'll just play this, okay? We'll just play. Can I play it on loop? I want the videos to just loop. Is there no loop option on fucking YouTube? I thought there was. There's really no loop option. Wow, that is really lame, dude. Well, whatever, okay?
Kevin Peterson.
Okay, so, you guys know that this had to be featured, okay? I know this didn't appear at Summer Game Fest, you know, the new God of War game, but come on, man, I can't not comment on this shit right here. This shit is a disgrace. It is. God of War is a disgrace. We all know that, okay? We know that God of War has been an absolute fucking steaming pile of donkey shit for almost 10 years at this point, okay? But somehow, it manages to get fucking worse, dude. What the fuck are they doing over there at Santa Monica? Are these the guys in charge, dude? This, you know, this fucking guy, bro, this soy boy right here. Look at this guy, dude. Absolute soy energy right there, bro. You know that guy's got soy just flowing through his veins, okay? Anybody involved with this game, right, in the creative process, no matter what department you're in, okay? This guy right here, okay? if you work on this game, bro, you got major soy energy, okay, flowing through your veins, because this game is, Jesus Christ, bro, it's a fucking absolute just travesty. What the fuck has happened to God of War, bro? As if it wasn't bad enough with, you know, Soy of War 2018 and Soy of War Ragnarok, okay? We thought that shit was bad, right? But then they come out with this shit right here. You're not even playing as Soy Boy Kratos anymore. Instead, you're playing as this fucking character, which I guess this is Kratos' wife, right? The bitch that he fucking set on fire in 2018, right? That fucking lame ass scene where, oh, I'm going to put the dead wife on the fire and burn her. Oh, so emotional. You guys saw my reaction to that when I'd streamed that fucking piece of shit on my birthday. My god. It's such emotional storytelling. No, it's fucking gay, okay? It's fucking soy boy shit. My god, bro. This franchise is no longer catered to, you know, to badass mofos with big old balls, okay? No, it is catered to fucking soy boys and fucking emotional women, dude. This used to be a fucking legendary franchise, and now it's been demoted to this fucking shit right here, this fruity ass fucking shit. My god, even this gameplay is fruity. What the fuck is this fucking colorful shit? I don't know, but yeah. So no longer you're playing as Soy Boy Kratos. It's a spin-off about his dead wife, and you're playing as her, which is just absolutely fucking, you know, honestly. What can I say, dude? God of War is just a fucking... You got this as well, a talking cube! A talking cube, man. My god, what the fuck is that? It's featured in gameplay as well? A talking cube. I don't know what the hell that is, but, you know, God of War is so fucking gay, dude. It's just, it's one of the biggest downfalls of any series, it really is, and it especially hurts because, you know, you guys know that I fucking love God of War, you know, old school God of War. It's very dear to my heart, right? It's one of my favorite franchises. You know, Kratos is one of my favorite fucking characters, so to see it come to this it's sickening, okay? I'm speechless, breathless, soulless, alright? Whenever I think about this fucking series and what it's become. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, okay? Goddamn wave to me, bro. You make me sick, okay? But yeah. So now you're playing as some fucking ugly bitch, dude. It's some fucking woke bullshit, right? It's that. It's just blatant Sony slop, okay? It's just blatant Sony slop. You know, they're fucking featuring some woman, right? Because every fucking, you know, you gotta have a woman, right? You gotta have a strong woman, okay? Of course, they're trying to make her into a badass and shit. You know, fighting off these big fucking Goliath enemies. So, you know, it's just, God of War is so lame, dude. My god. But it blows my mind that it manages to get fucking worse and worse. It was already bad enough with 2018 and Ragnarok, right? Just... You know, typical fucking Sony movie slop with gay-ass fucking characters like Kratos and his son, right? Ragnarok is a fucking disgrace. 2018 is a disgrace, okay? Everything about it. The gameplay, the tone, the story, the characters, it's just, oh man, it makes me sick. But then they come out with this and somehow manage to, you know, lower the bar even further. I didn't think that was possible, but they did it, okay? And, if I, alright, shut up, dude. If I, pull up a Twitter here, you've got some, you know, you've got some controversy going on. There's definitely a lot of backlash with this game. Even the God of Soy fans are not happy about this game. You know, people that like 2018, that like Ragnarok, right? Even they are not happy. There's a lot of backlash for this shit regarding the character mainly, because it's, you know, it's a spin-off, right? And they are not happy that we don't get to play as Soy Boy Kratos with the Soy Boy beard, okay, and the gay boy son. You know, they complain about it, right? So not just backlash from like old school God of War fans, but also just the new school, you know, lame ass God of War soy boy fans. Mainly with the way the character looks, right? So not only is it obviously some, you know, some diverse casting, right, to, you know, feature a woman, some strong women, right? But it's also some ugly bitch, and you know, people don't like that. You know, you got the anti-woke type crowd, you know, posting shit like this, right? Which is just cringe. This is real cringe right here. This does not fix the issue. Do you think this fixes the issue by giving this ugly bitch some big ass titties and catering to a bunch of gooners? That don't fix shit, dude. I don't care how hot you make this bitch. It doesn't fix anything. It doesn't fix the shit gameplay. It doesn't fix the shit fucking storytelling. It doesn't fix the fucking gay ass tone of the game. It doesn't fix what a absolute fucking disgrace this series has become. Okay? This is just your typical gooner that wants to jack off to fucking video game titties rather than going and watching some fucking porn, dude. You know what? Maybe this is very controversial, but you know, fuck the woke crowd, but also fuck the anti-woke, man. Fuck them both, man. Both sides are fucking clowns, dude. You've either got the woke that want to play fucking these diverse games with fucking characters, you know, characters like fucking Deborah Wilson, right? That fucking ugly ass bug-eyed bitch that's in every fucking game. She's in the X-Men game as well. I'll have to fucking talk about that. Right, see, you got the woke crowd that love these fucking, you know, games like Dustborn and fucking Spider-Man 2 and this fucking shit, right? These fruity mofos that hate fucking, you know, traditional video games, I guess. Traditional characters. But then you've also got the anti-woke, right? They're supposed to be the real gamers. No, they're just fucking muppets. Same as the woke, right? Fuck the woke. Fuck the anti-woke. Fuck them both, dude. Right? We should listen to fucking any of these people, either sides. They're both a fucking joke to gaming, dude. You know, the gooners, or the anti-woke crowd is just as bad as the woke crowd. It's a bunch of fucking gooners, dude. You know, they are so fucking obsessed with attractive female characters. Dude, you know, does she have the big titties, dude? You know, that doesn't make a good character. I don't care how attractive this bitch is, you know, any character. That doesn't make a good character. There's much more that makes a character actually likable. Obviously, you need to have an appealing appearance, which doesn't even particularly mean make them some bombshell, right? You know, there's plenty of fucking good female protagonists out there that are likable. You know, they have a decent, you know, a good image. They have a good voice actor, you know, good voice acting, you know, likable personality, memorable quotes, right? They're the whole package. That's what any video game character should be. That's how you make a good character in any media, whether it's a film or a book or a TV show and a game as well. It's all about having that entire package, dude. If it's some fucking boring, no personality having fucking bimbo, that doesn't make it a good character, dude. So, yeah. And, oh god. You know what, we'll get to it in a second, okay? We'll just catch up on chat. So yeah, fuck that new God of War game, okay? Absolute disgrace. Will you cover State of Play 2? I'll try, okay? I'll try. It depends on how much time we have, because I just spent like fucking 15 minutes around on that one game. I'll try not to spend too much time reading the chat because, you know, there's a fair bit of shit to get through. God of War is so gay now, yeah it is, man. Rip Kratos, indeed. Mommy of War, yeah. And you know, you do have some people defending it, right? You got like 2 people actually defending that game, a bunch of fucking feminists and casuals and soy boys, right? That just very questionable people. Very, very, very questionable people. It's mainly fucking feminists, right? You know, acting like they're actually interested in the backstory. Oh man, we want the expanded lore. We want to branch out the lore of the God of War universe, right? Oh my god, it's just fucking lame. Alana Pierce wrote it. I'm not surprised. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's a good thing. Ho of War. The talking cube is called Frank. Yeah, is it, dude? Frank? Oh, man. Fucking Frank. The remakes will be censored. The remakes... God. Only... Who knows what the fuck they're gonna be. They're gonna be terrible, though. They're gonna be really, disgraceful. Kratos will get the Joel treatment in his own game. Yeah, I would be fucking surprised, honestly. Would not be surprised, man. Would not be surprised, man. Okay, let's talk about this one. So while I'm on the topic of gooners, alright? Speaking of fucking gooners, a new Stellar Blade game got announced, and you know, it's a Gooner game. That's all it is. Stellar Blade 1 is fucking trash, alright? That is a fucking shit game, and I can say it's a shit game because I've actually played it. Yeah, you guys might not have known that, but I actually played the first Stellar Blade game, or at least I played it for a bit, because, spoiler alert, I refunded that shit, alright? Stellar Blade is fucking garbage. It's nothing but a fucking Gooner game. The gameplay is straight fucking garbage, super mediocre, okay? Simply put, Stellar Blade is a shitty ass fucking Gooner game with mediocre gameplay. That's what it is. It's a really, really underwhelming, mediocre Souls game. It's, yeah, that's all it is, right? It's basically just a game to cater to the anti-woke, you know? Japanese bitch with big titties and skin-tight suit. Amazing, right? Well, what about the gameplay? Did you forget about the gameplay, guys? You know, over there, at the, whoever the hell the developer is of this game, did you forget about the gameplay? Because the gameplay is straight fucking trash as Stellar Blade. It is. It's terrible. It's fucking more simplistic and lacking of like any type of content or depth as fucking Demon Souls from, 2009? It's terrible, man. But so yeah, after the first game, I am definitely not impressed at all. It's probably gonna be the same shit. Just a Gooner game. That's all it fucking is. Stellar Blade's fucking trash, okay? I bought this game a while back on a sale. Cause, it's not something that I was eager to play, but, I'm a fan of Souls games, right? It's one of my favorite genres. I love Dark Souls, I like Elden Ring and Sekiro and, Lies of P and stuff, right? Demon Souls, Bloodborne. I love Souls games, so, I figured I'd give it a go. It was on sale, and it's fucking trash. Really, really lame, dude. Seriously. The level design is fucking garbage. The boss fights are fucking garbage. They have like 4 moves. The enemy variety is fucking trash. It's fucking trash, okay? For a AAA game, like when did Stellar Blade come out? Like 2024? A modern AAA Souls game, and that's what it was. It was just as shit as those Star Wars games, alright? Just, nah, trash. Fuck this game. Fuck this game, okay? Only people playing this shit are fucking gooners, dude. It's a shit game. Korean slop, yeah. I like the way the combat looks, yeah. You know, I won't be fooled by it, man. I thought the first game's combat looked, you know, decent, but, you know, seeing people's responses on this character is just cringe, yeah. And not to mention, but doesn't that character look kinda young, you know? I mean, I know it's that Japanese fucking weeb aesthetic, right? They all fucking look really young, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah, Stellar Blade's fucking trash, okay? Don't play it, alright? It's fucking garbage. A bad Nier Automata. Yeah, that's what I mean. Play that instead. I've heard that's good. Play that instead. Stellar Blade's fucking terrible. What about Bayonetta? What? Like, is it good? The thing with Bayonetta is that, I mean, I have played it, right? I played it fucking years ago. I can't really remember it much, dude. Like, from memory, Bayonetta was basically just a fucking... I don't know. I guess it was... I mean, obviously, it was trying to be like, you know, a hacker/game, DMC or whatever, but... I don't know. I'd have to play it again. I don't really remember it much. This new Stellar Blade girl looks underage in the face. Yeah, she does, right? And that's the thing, like, there's a lot of, you know, talk about that as well, right? Regarding the age of this character, and there's a lot of people saying that, you know, it looks like a fucking 14-year-old girl, and honestly, I think the same. And, you know, there's people using the excuse that, oh, she's Asian. Asian girls always look really young. They don't look that fucking young, okay? I understand that fucking Asians have, like, good genetics, right? You know, they tend to look really fucking young. You know, there's, like, 60-year-old fucking Asians that look like, that look 30, right? But, nah, you know... You know, that is a thing, right? There's definitely Asians out there that look young, but that don't look right to me. That definitely looks like, what, a 14-year-old girl? I mean, there's a picture on fucking... I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but, There's a particular picture. She looks fucking well young, dude. Oh yeah, this one here. Look at this picture, man. Look at that picture. Are you gonna tell me that this girl doesn't look, what, 12? Look at that face. That's not like a young looking, you know, female. That is a child, dude. Look at that. At least if you ask me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Kind of weird, bro. Kind of fucking weird if you ask me. And that's the thing, like, the other character didn't look like that. Like, the chick from the first game, she didn't look fucking underage. She could have passed for 18, right? You know, I'd say you could get away with that character being like 18. 20, right? I'd say around that age, but that character, that definitely looks like an underage character, dude. Excuse for the pedo gooners, yeah, there's definitely a weird fucking crowd, man. Weird crowd out there for that type of shit. God of War died after 3. Essentially was alright as well, but yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what they always come up with, yeah. Definitely a child's face, yeah it is. Very young looking for sure. Okay. Let me get the next game. Let me just pick a. You know, actually, I know which one we'll talk about next. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Where is it? No, not the fucking Ice Age trailer. Ice Age Boiling Point? Where are you? Oh, there it is. God, okay. So, Alien Isolation 2. Yeah, fuck this game, okay? Fuck this game. It's just Outlast clone slop, that's all it is. Alien Isolation 1, fucking garbage, okay? You know I hate these types of games. I hate first person, hiding simulator horror in fucking Outlast type games. Really not my cup of tea. I know there's a big market for these types of games, that there's an audience, right? There's definitely, they're definitely popular, right? There's a lot of people that like these types of games, but I hate these games. They're really just shit in my opinion. Not for me, okay? I'm not against first person. Some people may think that I may give the impression that I hate first person. I don't hate first person. I hate these hiding simulators, right? Where you just run away and hide, and you usually have some sort of stalker enemy. In this case, you have the alien. It's just really not interesting, dude. It's boring. It's fucking just, it's not good horror, right? Being defenseless, getting chased, jump scares, it's just fucking lame. And not really much to say. It's just another Outlast clone. Yeah, just an Outlast clone. That's all it is. First game was shit. This is gonna be no fucking different, dude. Yeah. That's all I can say about that, okay? That's what I have to say about that shit right there. The first wasn't even scary. Yeah, fucking terrible, dude. Terrible. Really is just such a terrible genre, dude. You know? Like, I really just, I don't understand the appeal of it. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. And like, some people use the excuse that it's a horror game, you're supposed to feel defenseless and hopeless, and there's not supposed to be fucking combat constantly where you're blasting enemies and that, but that's just a shit excuse, dude. There's countless games out there that aren't these types of hiding, running away simulators that, you know, have combat that don't feel like Resident Evil 6. There's plenty of them, you know, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Siren, fucking Fatal Frame, you know, Metro even, right? There's plenty of games out there. That's not an excuse for having no combat. There's plenty of fucking horror games that have plenty of combat, right? That feel like horror games, that don't feel like action games. I mean, fucking Silent Hill, you constantly fucking, you know, there's constant melee combat in that game, right? You know, you constantly fucking fight enemies with that pipe and shit. But, yeah. I hate stalker enemies up your arse so much when all you want to do is explore the environment, yeah. The problem with stalker enemies is that they're way too overused nowadays. You know, I guess after fucking Nemesis, right? Not even particularly Nemesis, like, because like, I mean, we've had stalker enemies since the 90s, you know, we had Mr. X, we had Nemesis and shit. You know, you had those big beefy ghosts in Fatal Frame and stuff, but the problem with stalker enemies is it's not the concept, it's that games nowadays just overuse the fuck out of it. Every fucking game has a stalker, especially Resident Evil. Every fucking Resident Evil has a stalker now. Ori 2 as Mr. X, you've got Nemesis, you've got that fucking Lady Dimitrescu or whatever. You've got that stalker in Ori 9, that big, what's she called, the girl? Resident Evil is fucking obsessed with stalkers, and they implement them so poorly. Because rather than them being like this intimidating threat that could, you know, appear at any moment, it's just shoved down your fucking throat, right? You know, like Mr. X in Ori 2 Remake, constantly up your fucking arse. He's not scary at that point, he's fucking annoying. When you overuse it isn't scary, it loses all its appeal, right? What made stalkers in, you know, original Ori 2, original Ori 3 special was that they didn't appear all the time, and when they did appear, it felt special, it felt unexpected, right? The fuck? There's a lot of shit here, dude. There's a lot of shit here. A lot of fucking shit here. A lot of these I don't even fucking remember, honestly. Where the hell's that one fucking game? Oh yeah, that fucking 2-pack game as well, that was fucking weird. That was well weird, dude. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, let's watch this one. So, like any gaming event, there was a lot of cinematic bullshit, which it's just, you know, it happens all the time. You know, it happens all the time at these events, right? It doesn't matter what it is. That, you know, if it's a new game or it's a previously announced game, like at these events, there's gonna be like a shitload of cinematic shit, which it's just pointless, you know? Like, it doesn't tell you anything about the game, right? These are games, come on, dude, they are not movies. Can we stop with the fucking cinematic shit over there? So yeah, just like any fucking event, you had a fuckload of cinematic fucking bullshit like this. I mean, come on, what the hell does this tell you about the fucking game? Show me actual gameplay. And then when it does actually show you gameplay, it's just fucking 5-second snippets, right? Like, it's so hard to even get an understanding of what the game is about, right? Like, how am I even supposed to, you know, like, understand what it is? You know? Like, get an idea of what the game is. And something that was kind of funny about this game was that, you know, obviously it's 95% fucking cutscenes, right? You get these small little snippets of gameplay, and it looks like it's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be a Souls game or a hack and slash game, but it's some sort of melee focused game, right? You got swords and stuff. So yeah, there's some gameplay. So this is the gameplay, okay? There's about, you know, even that's a fucking, like an animation. You see a lot of animation type shit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I don't really have anything to say about this game. We haven't seen enough about it, dude. You know, that's what happens when you don't show any gameplay, just fucking cinematics. You don't know what the fuck the game is. But something that I was thought was funny about this game was wait, there's a post I saw. Oh, do you know what? I've not even fucking got it on here. Oh, actually, I'll go on my community post. I'll post it on there. I'll have to post it. I'll have to show it on there. Okay, here we go. But yeah, don't really have much to say about it because they didn't fucking show anything, okay? But what I found pretty funny about it was this right here. Blood message looks insane. Why? What, from those 10 seconds of gameplay? Really? Doesn't take much to impress people nowadays, does it? You know, apparently 10 seconds of gameplay is all it takes to impress, you know, the typical normie, right? That's how easily impressed normies are. They could watch a fucking a trailer with 95% fucking cinematics, right? And little 10-second snippets of gameplay where, I mean, what happened? It killed a couple of enemies, right? It did some animations. It wasn't even really it wasn't really even like gameplay. Cause like when he killed the enemies, it was a fucking you know, a dragged out animation. Really, my god, bro. So yeah, I found that pretty funny right there. Easily impressed fucking normie right here. Oh my god, the 10 seconds of gameplay where he slashed an enemy and then had a fucking, you know, elongated animation, right? Where you don't even have control of the character. That's all it takes to impress these people, I guess. That's insane right there. A must play. That gets you hyped up, right? Pretty stupid. Pretty funny. Hello there, Darian. How you doing there, dude? Good to see you there, bro. Good to see you there, man. That's a racing game, obviously. Well, that, yeah. Do you know what it might be, dude? Crow, did you watch the trailer for the new God of War? Yeah. I've already talked about it, man. You'll have to, go back and watch it later, dude. I don't want to repeat myself. But the Wolverine game, yeah. The Wolverine game. Is there even a fucking trailer on here? Come on, it's gotta be a fucking trailer, dude, surely. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about this Wolverine game a little bit. I don't really have much to say about the gameplay. The gameplay looks like it might be alright. You know, it's violent. You know, I've played the first Marvel Spider-Man, and it's a decent game. Okay, it's decent. It's not amazing, but it's a decent game. It's a fun, you know, Arkham style beat 'em up game. It's definitely flawed, right? The Mary Jane sections are absolutely inexcusable. They should not be in the fucking game. There's some shitty side content, right? But I think the first Marvel Spider-Man game was overall a decent game. I enjoyed it, okay? Definitely flawed though with those fucking Mary Jane sections. So this, you know, this game, the combat will probably be alright, you know? The most concerning thing is probably the pacing. I don't know if they're gonna add something like those Mary Jane sections. I mean, you got stealth. Since when the fuck is Wolverine about stealth? I don't know, but like in terms of combat, the main concern would be pacing. Okay, it might have some bad pacing. This is a fucking PS4, a PlayStation exclusive after all, and something that they are very guilty of is bad pacing. But something like the main thing with this game is that it's made by Insomniac Games, right? And what's the game that they came out with not long ago? Spider-Man 2. And that game was fucking woke as fuck. Seriously. Anybody that, you know, paid that game any attention will know just how fucking woke that game was. Side missions where you have to, you know, do something for like a gay fucking teenager, right? Like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but in Spider-Man 2, there was some sort of side mission where you had to help a gay black teen ask out his you know, his crush for homecoming or some shit. I don't know what it was, okay? But there's a lot of that fruity shit in that fucking game. You know, Mary Jane was fucking hideous, right? So you had your typical, you know, uglification of characters, right? To fit with that agenda, because, you know, attractive characters bad, right? And then, you know, the one attractive character they did have, what's her name? Black Cat? Black Widow? I can't remember. I'm not much of a Marvel person, but the chick in the black suit, right? The one actual attractive female was a lesbian. You know, there's all types of shit in there, dude. A lot of fruity shit in there. You know, uglifying characters, mainly with like Mary Jane. She was fucking hideous in that game, and if you saw the boss fight for that game, and just the way that she treats, you know, Peter, right? It's, you know what I mean, right? It's a fucking, you know, it's a really, it's just a piece of shit. Not to mention that the fucking pacing was god awful. They brought back those Mary Jane sections, which, that's just pure fucking ignorance right there. It's pure fucking ego, okay? Thinking that you're too good for the feedback of your player base, right? Developers actually used to take the feedback of their players and improve the sequels, right? You remember when developers used to do that? They would take the complaints, the feedback, the criticism of a game, and they would improve it in the sequels. But not in some of their games. They're too up, you know, they've got their fucking head so far up their own fucking arse that they think they're too good for their player base's criticism, and they basically say, you know what, fuck you, you're gonna, you know, take these Mary Jane sections, alright, you're gonna fucking like them, you're gonna play them, we don't care if you hate them, alright, we're gonna put them in the fucking second game as well. That's just really ignorant right there. So yeah, not only was Spider-Man 2 woke as fuck, but it had terrible pacing. You know, apparently the Mary Jane sections were even more frequent. You know, they were bad enough as it is in the first game. You also had, you know, elongated walking sections, right, where you know, like, I don't know, you like playing as Peter, right? Like going on a story section where you just walk around talking to characters. So you got that type of shit pacing. Which nobody likes forced walking sections, especially for like 20 minutes. You've also got that bike section where you ride a fucking bike with Harry Osborn, right? There's a mission where you're riding a bike in a Spider-Man game. You know what I mean? It just shows the incompetence of modern day developers, that they think adding this type of shit is a good idea. Who the fuck wants to play a Spider-Man game to play shitty stealth sections as Mary Jane? Who wants to go on a bike ride with fucking Harry Osborn? Who wants to do a side quest helping some gay kid ask out, you know, another gay kid? You know? So this game right here, definitely, you know, definitely not expecting much. The gameplay looks like it could be good, but it's probably gonna be woke as fuck. There's already woke shit that's been, you know, announced about this game. They don't call the X-Men anymore because men is too offensive. They are called Team X. Really? Come on, dude. So, you know, you've got shit like that. They're not called X-Men, they're called Team X. And guess who is also in the game? Deborah fucking Wilson, dude. That ugly, bug-eyed bitch that's in every fucking game. My god, man. When the fuck will they get rid of this bitch? She's in everything, dude. So, yeah, it's not looking good, okay? It's, you know, it's gonna be woke as fuck, just like Spider-Man 2, right? And it quite possibly might have some terrible pacing. That's why I reckon it'll, you know, those are the concerns, right? Basically, for this game. The actual gameplay looks like it could be fun, but, you know, if you ruin the whole vibe with fucking woke shit and have terrible pacing, then that's just gonna ruin it, dude. So, yeah. Don't fucking pre-order this game, alright? Make sure you look into it, dude. You know, make sure to check out some reviews, because Insomniac games are not to be trusted, okay? They're fucking shit, dude. super mutant that can regenerate shouldn't need stealth. Yeah, the stealth is, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of stealth. Unless it's a stealth game. I like stealth games, but I'm not usually a fan of game, like, you know, I'm not usually a fan of games that are not as, you know, if a game isn't a stealth game, I'm not usually a big fan of it. I think the only game that I liked it in was the Batman games. Those games have some of the best stealth, right? The Predator sections, because they're actually interesting, they're fun, they have good game mechanics, right? It works well. Not only does it work well for, you know, the tone, right? You're fucking Batman. That's how Batman fights, right? He hides up in the shadows and, you know, strikes when the enemies least expect it. So not only does it fit with the tone of Batman, but it's also really well implemented into the gameplay. Those are some of the funnest sections, right? Because they have awesome mechanics with like different enemy types that, you know, that they can see you. They have like thermal vision where they can see you on top of the gargoyles and stuff, right? They have the scanners where they can like see you in the dark and that, you know, see you in the shadows. You know, you have like the heavy enemies and that. You got enemies that have like the drones and stuff. So, you know, if you're gonna have like stealth, then make it actually fun. But for the most part, I just like stealth games rather than games with stealth in them. I prefer X-Men Origins Wolverine video game over the new Wolverine, in my opinion. That's the one on 360, right? Yeah, that was actually quite good from memory. It's another Spider-Man 2 situation, they're hiding it, yeah. I definitely see that, you know, I could definitely see that coming, dude. You know, see that being a thing. Absolutely. Okay. What next then? What next? The hell? Oh, I don't even care about that. I don't even care about that. What the fuck was this one? I guess I'll show off a, you know, I guess I'll show off a game that I was kind of interested in. Honestly, there wasn't really anything at all that I was interested in at the Summer Game Fest, but this game here looks like it might be alright, and we didn't exactly see it, you know, we didn't exactly see much, right? It's a really short trailer, but, you know, I do like these types of isometric horror games. You know, I like to Signalis. I'm interested in that liminal point and stuff. You know, it's kind of got an old school look, right? It's not fucking over the shoulder or bloody first person, right? Obviously, we need to see more, but, you know, the setting's kind of cool. You know, it's underwater, right? Kind of like Bioshock. The fucking colors, though, are very repetitive. Everything's fucking blue, dude, but, you know, we'll have to see what this is. You know, I'm not exactly blown away by that, but, I'll definitely, look out for that game. Look, Stranger Than Heaven. The hell was this? Fucking Virtua. Oh, Mafia fucking trailer, dude. Oh, whatever. I guess I'll talk about this. Hello there, Words. How you doing there, brother? Good to see you there, man. Okay, so this is something that got announced as well. A DLC for Mafia: The Old Country. Yeah, fuck Mafia: The Old Country, okay? That game is just movie trash, alright? It's just a fucking really mediocre third-person cover shooter with way too many fucking story shit, right? I know Mafia's always been kind of heavy on the story, but, you know, I think Mafia 2 did it well, right? It had a good story, but didn't just, like, force it down your throat constantly. Like, does anyone even talk about this game anymore, dude? Yeah, it's just really, you know, just very mediocre gameplay, right? It's just really mediocre cover shooter fucking gameplay. The only reason people were fucking praising it is because it was anti-woke, right? Who cares, dude? Who cares if it's anti-woke? If the gameplay is fucking lame as fuck, then who cares? You know, who cares about that fucking DLC, dude? Really, though. Okay, I know what we'll watch next. This is something I want to talk about. Where is it? Where is it? Two days ago. Come on, I know you're around here somewhere. Whatever. I guess we'll just fucking show off this one. There's a new Until Dawn 2. What do you think about Until Dawn game? I quite like the first one. It had fixed camera. I guess I'll talk about it in a minute. Let me just talk about this one. So, new Tomb Raider game, right? I think there's 2 of these games. In the 2? I don't know, but well, let's just, talk about this one. So yeah, we're going back to the roots, right? No more fucking reboot Laura, which isn't even fucking Tomb Raider, man. You know, the character, the gameplay, it's not fucking Tomb Raider. But here they're actually going back to the roots, right? The real Tomb Raider. Doing flips and platforming and solving environmental puzzles and shit. And most importantly, Laura actually looks like fucking Laura. You know, the outfit, the look actually looks like her, right? You got people complaining about, apparently she's fucking ugly, which, to me that's just the fucking anti-woke crowd, right? The gooners. I think she looks fine. I don't think I don't love the character model, right? But that's just bias. But I think there's nothing wrong with how she looks. I think she looks fine. The outfit looks good. She's got sex appeal or whatever. She looks like Lara Croft, right? Maybe they should fix the hair though, because the braided ponytail looks a bit short, doesn't it? But maybe other than that, it looks fine, right? I don't really see any major problems with this game. I think this game might be alright, It might be it might stray a bit into that kind of Uncharted type gameplay with the cinematic set pieces and stuff, But I'm definitely, I have a bit of optimism for it, right? I'm not like expecting shit over it. I think the main concern with the character is Laura's voice actor, the personality, right? The dialogue. I haven't actually watched this trailer with the audio, but apparently the voice actor doesn't sound very good, so that's definitely a bit of a concern, right? That's what I'm concerned with this character, right? I think she looks fine, right? The look is good, but I'm concerned about the voice acting, the personality, right? Because that's one of the best things about Laura, is that she's not just like appealing visually, but she's also got an actual likable personality, right? She's not one of those fucking gooner characters like the Stellar Blade bitch who is fucking boring and it's just eye kinda. But yeah, I'll definitely have to keep my eye on that game. Looks great. Yeah, you're looking forward to it, dude. Yeah, I think it could be. I think it has potential, Oh, that 2-pack one, yeah. That was kind of weird, wasn't it? The remake of Anniversary, not gonna lie, I actually don't mind this so far. Anniversary, yeah, and Anniversary was a remake of Tomb Raider 1, so I guess it's just a Tomb Raider 1 remake, right? Or a reboot. It's probably gonna be a reboot. Because I think the character is... I think it's the same character as Survivor, right? It's the same universe, which I don't mind that, as long as they make her into what Laura's supposed to be, I don't mind if her, you know, the Survivor, you know, trilogy is her origin story. I don't mind that, I guess. Even though it's not fucking Laura, if you ask me. I don't think it'll really ruin it, right? It's kind of it's like a separate thing, I suppose. Yeah, it's just a remake though, yeah. That is true, you know. It basically is just like, you had the dinosaur boss in there and stuff. They did one even on 360. Yeah, they did. That's the second remake right there. Anniversary, right? Tomb Raider Anniversary. That was a remake of Tomb Raider 1. It was actually quite good as well. I believe there was some things that were cut, right? Like levels, whatever, but it was alright, you know, it was alright. But yeah, okay, Until Dawn, I guess we'll talk about that. Oh, actually, no, let me talk about this one. Let me talk about this real quick. So, Rayman Legends Remake. You know, what I can say about this is that very unnecessary, okay? Very, very, very unnecessary. I'm not saying it looks bad. It actually looks fucking good, right? I loved Rayman Legends. I thought this was a great fucking game. And this looks like an actual faithful remake. You see, it's actually a side-scroller, right? They're not pulling a fucking Capcom and making it a different perspective. They're not making it into a fucking 3D platformer, right? They're sticking to the 2D side-scrolling gameplay and, you know, giving it a fucking a makeover or whatever. But the problem is, it looks it's just unnecessary, right? This game did not need a remake, you know? It's not outdated visually. It's still a really great fucking platformer, right? It's got, you know, fluent platforming mechanics, right? The controls are great. And it only came out, what was it, 2013, right? So this game is not even 15 years old. Like, I would much rather see Rayman 4, like a new Rayman game, right? Just really, you know, unnecessary right here. Like, we need to stop with remakes, and especially fucking, you know, remaking games that are like barely even like 10 years old or whatever. It's just, I don't know why this is becoming the norm, dude. Just, really, just, I don't get it, right? Don't get it. They should have just made a new fucking game. You know, apparently it's gonna add new content, like new levels, new characters or whatever. Like new music levels, which is great, you know? That's what an actual remake should be. You know, keeping it faithful, right? Not changing it up too much. And adding content. Also, you get Rayman Origins remastered with it, which that's good, right? So, you know, it's gonna be a decent price tag at only $40, you know, rather than $70 like fucking Metal Gear 3 or some shit, right? Some overpriced fucking remake shit. So it's an actual reasonable price. You're getting new content, right? You're getting that graphical upgrade, that new coat of paint or whatever, and you're getting Rayman Origins remastered with it. So, you know, that's kind of cool, I guess, but just unnecessary. Did not need a remake. Just a lazy cash grab. OG Rayman Legends has aged well. Yeah, that's a perfectly fine game. It's still visually great. That's a really beautiful looking game. You know, great fucking art style, colorful, good animation and shit. Really, definitely a cash grab, dude. That was just like they just took the easy route with that, right? Because they even said like that they're testing the waters, right? we're remaking this game to see if it sells well, if it has enough interest, and then if it does, we'll make a new Rayman. They should have just made a fucking new Rayman, dude. Come on, man. Really, just, you know, that's just, nah. Fucking remakes, man. Enough with the remakes, bro. Okay, now IGN uploads like 5,000 fucking videos. Okay, here we go. Alright, so, I don't know who it was, but somebody wanted me to talk about this game, Until Dawn 2. So, the thing is, Until Dawn, it's a movie game, right? It's like Telltale Games or, Heavy Rain, right? It's a movie game. There's no gameplay, it's just an interactive movie, right? Not a big fan of these games, you know, I like actual video games, but I'm just gonna take Until Dawn for what it is, alright? I'm not gonna fucking, you know, okay, it's a fucking movie game, right? I'm just gonna judge it for what it is. I think Until Dawn 1, I have played that game, okay? I have played Until Dawn 1, and I think for what it is, right, if you just, you know, you're going into it, you know, just for the story, you're not expecting a video game, right? You just want a good story with, you know, good characters, you know, a horror movie, right? I think it's fine, honestly. I don't think Until Dawn is bad. Obviously, it's a bad game because it's not a game, right? It's a shit video game, but it's not trying to be a video game, right? So, for what it's trying to be, which is an interactive movie, right, horror, I think it does fine at what it's trying to be. I think it's actually kind of spooky, that game. Like, the Wendigo, I think is an actual legitimate fucking scary monster, dude. I really enjoyed the Wendigo. You know, the lore of it with, because obviously a Wendigo, it comes from eating, like cannibalism, right? So, I thought the story was fun. It was kind of like it was kind of like a 2000s kind of horror teen kind of movie, right? You know, teenage horror movie with fucking teenagers getting killed off and shit, right? You know, like fucking Friday the 13th or whatever. You know, I thought it was fine. You know, I thought it was enjoyable. You know, you can make choices. You can basically everybody can fucking die, right? Like every single person can die. Or every single person can live. You know, there's a lot of replay value, right? So, you know, for what it is, I thought it was fine. But, you know, I'm really not into these types of games. Like, you know, I mean, when the hell did Until Dawn came out? Like, 2015? Yeah. So that's like over 10 years old, right? Like back then, you know, in my fucking teens, I was a bit of a, you know, I was more into like stories and stuff back then. But now, I don't play these games, dude. You know, like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, okay? Like, when I was a teenager, I used to actually like stories a lot more in games. Like, I played those Telltale games, I played fucking Heavy Rain, I played Until Dawn, right? But I was a fucking dumb kid, right? You know, we've all got fucking games that we may not be the proudest of playing, you know, when we're kids, we have shitty taste or whatever, but, you know, I did actually used to like playing those. You know, I used to like the stories and stuff, right? I played The Walking Dead and stuff. But now, I've really grown out of it. They really don't interest me at all now. Like, I have a hard time, you know, getting into stories in video games. Mainly because they're way too abundant, right? There's way too much story in games, and a lot of the times the story is just fucking lame and boring and not interesting. But you know, even just in general, like, I really have a hard time paying attention with video game stories. I just like the gameplay, right? I just like the gameplay. You know, I do like a good story, right? Like, you know, obviously PS2 and stuff. PS1 did it well. They don't have an overabundance of cutscenes. But, you know, overall, I'm gameplay, right? I'm all gameplay. Until Dawn 2, yeah, I can't see myself playing it, right? It might be good for what it's trying to be, but it's just, yeah, just not for me. not for me, dude. It's like you had The Wolf Among Us 2. I've played The Wolf Among Us as well. Yeah, just they don't interest me these games anymore. That was more of a phase that I went through as a teenager. Only thing I liked about it is the Wendigos. Yeah, the Wendigos were cool, dude. The way they had to like stay still. It had fixed camera. Yeah, the fixed camera was cool for sure. You know, I'm a bit of a fixed camera fanboy, so. Bit of a fixed camera fanboy, I am. I do like my fixed cameras. Well, okay, what else we fucking got here? What else we got here, dude? Phantom? No, I'm not talking about that. I've already talked about Phantom Blade Zero. Oh wait, let me talk about this one actually. Let me take a drink real quick. All this talking, man, my throat's getting fucked up. Okay, so this game right here, I don't know if anybody saw this at State of Play. You know, it was previously announced, right? This is not a new game. Well, it's new, but there's been trailers before, right? So, Ill. It's a first-person survival horror game, and the thing is with this game is that this game could so easily fall into that, you know, fall into that shit where the trailer makes it look interesting because they piece all the interesting bits together, right? That's what these games tend to do. Okay? Is that they piece together the interesting sections and it's basically misleading, right? It's very misleading. It's manipulative trailer, you know, design or whatever. And a lot of the time with these types of games, the shit you see in the trailer is very few and far between. For the most part, you're just going around, walking, doing nothing, okay? Just boring fucking gameplay. Like, the trailer here, it makes it look cool, you know? Shooting enemies, and there's monsters, and gore and stuff, right? But the thing is, this could so easily be very misleading, right? This could be just the best parts of the game that have been cherry-picked for the trailer, right? It's definitely possible that the majority of the game is just walking about with nothing going on, right? Like fucking RE7 or all those other shitty first-person horror games. But if the game actually is like that, if the trailer actually presents how the game loop, you know, how it actually plays, right? If it actually, you know, if it actually plays like that, right? Then that game might be cool, you know? If it actually has good pacing, right? Not too much walking about, good fucking pacing, right? You know, good fucking, you know, good enemies and, you know, just your typical, I mean, just what a survival horror game is, right? You know, like, what do you want from a survival horror game? You want good fucking pacing. You know, you want good fucking, you know, good enemy variety, you want puzzles, you want fun level exploration, you want you know, an enjoyable story, good music, you don't want too little or too much enemy encounters, right? You want a good balance, and you want good fucking pacing, okay? Very important in a horror game, and in any game, alright? Pacing is key. So if it does all those things, and from what we've seen from that trailer, that might be a cool game, you know? It definitely looks interesting from the trailer, but could very easily be very misleading in terms of what the actual game is like, okay? So, interested but skeptical, alright? Bro, that Homelander thumbnail. When I was a kid, I loved Nightfire, but going back to it as an adult, the gunplay hasn't aged well. What, 007 Nightfire? Oh man, that game is trash, dude. It had a good start, that game, but then it just went overboard with fucking gimmicks, dude. It had a good start though, right? And that castle level, you know? But then after that, you know, it just, every level was some fucking gimmick, dude. That stealth mission in that fucking tower was fucking shit. That fucking underwater level in the car was shit. You know, you had driving. The driving was fine, but there was too many gimmick levels, not enough actual shooting. Really didn't like that game. That's a shit game if you ask me. It looks like a good horror game, yeah. Yeah, it has potential, I think. It's an indie game? Yeah, I think so. Did you play Onimusha? I never played Onimusha in my life, dude. I haven't even played the old games. I haven't even played the old games. What should I talk about next? I guess this one. So I think this game here, I believe it's made by some old Call of Duty developers. I'm not sure exactly what type of game this is. I mean, it's obviously third person, so it's a third person shooter. I don't know if this is open world. It kind of gives me like the Division vibes. That could be complete bullshit, but I kind of feel like this may be like the Division. Maybe, you know, it kind of looks like a wasteland, third person. But that's just the impression I got. Like, this could be anything. I don't know what this is like. I don't know if this is linear. I don't know if it's open world. I don't like. Is it co-op or is it just an AI companion? But basically, whatever. Okay, whatever it is, it's some sort of third-person game, and it just looks really underwhelming. I mean, the trailer is just like walking about and this, okay, creeping around rocks. This is not how you do a trailer, okay? Trailers are supposed to intrigue the player. This does not intrigue me, dude. Like, what is intriguing about this? Half the gameplay is just crouching around rocks. You see? You know? A very poorly put together trailer here. Like, you're really not doing a good job of piquing my interest here. I mean, look, half the game is just fucking doing this weird crab walk. You know? So, yeah, basically, if the trailer looks this fucking lame, then what's the game gonna be like? If the game, you know, if the trailer doesn't even look interesting, then you can't expect the game to be very good, can ya? You know? That's all I have to really say about it. There's not really much to say, dude. It just looks like it's gonna be some sort of generic third-person, kind of, you know, third-person shooter. I guess there's some sort of, you know, obviously it's got the story or whatever, but the story just doesn't do it for, you know, like, it doesn't matter how good the story is, obviously, but, you know, obviously I'm judging it based on gameplay, and from what I've seen right there, not impressed at all, okay? Not impressed. Very lame trailer right there. Why the fuck is it showing me a KSI video, dude? I don't give a shit about KSI, bro. What the fuck is that, dude? What even is this? I don't remember this. What was this? I don't remember this, dude. I'll have to watch it to finger. I see you saving the best till last. Yeah, I figured I would. Well, best. Do you like Devil May Cry? Are you asking me that? I thought you knew I did. I like some Devil May Cry games. I like the first game, even though I think it's flawed in places. Devil May Cry 3 is my favorite. 2, never played it, I've heard it's shit. 4, I think is good, but it's, you know, kind of a downgrade from 3. 5, I played quite a lot of it, but I really didn't care for it very much. It felt like a downgrade of a downgrade, right? You know, DMC4 was already a downgrade of DMC3, and then DMC5 was a downgrade of DMC4, so I didn't even finish it. I dropped that game. I don't know what this game is, but this looks fucking shit, dude. I don't know what this is, but... Is it a I don't even know what this is. Is it a fucking horror game? I don't even remember seeing this. Ugh, you see, oh my god, why the fuck do they put this shit in trailers? You know why they put this in trailers? Because this is what the game is. A whole load of nothing, dude. A whole load of nothing, bro. What even is the game? Is it a first-person shooter? Is it a horror game? Is it a puzzle game or something? I don't even know what this is. He was picking up like items, so is it a fucking crafting? Is it got crafting or something? Okay, stroke the hoe's face. What is this telling me, dude? My god, I hate video game trailers. What the fuck is going on? Okay, yeah, enough of this, okay? I don't know what this is, but... really, not pulling me in there, dude. Oh, what the hell is that one fucking game as well? That weird fucking game. I don't even know. What the hell is this? You see, I can't even remember some of these, dude. Oh yeah, that God of War trilogy, yeah. What's the... Oh, this is that fucking... fantasy fucking game. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about this. I guess it's gonna be some sort of fantasy RPG. Not really into these games. I don't really care for this type of... not that into this... I don't really like these types of anime settings, right? Really not a big anime type guy, you know, fucking, you know, magic and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't dislike fantasy games. I like some fantasy games, you know, like Dark Souls and stuff, but I guess this is kind of like I don't even know, dude. Guess you know, I'm guessing it's gonna be some sort of like, I don't know, open world game, maybe an RPG. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about this. It's just not really interesting. I'm not saying it's bad. It just doesn't really interest me. Just doesn't really interest me, dude. What the fuck is going on? Okay. What else even is there? There's that one game, I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Attack on Titan, I don't care about that game. I don't care about these racing games either. Sorry, Pilot, okay? But I don't care about the racing games. She was the chicken cod? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm definitely not up to date on my modern Call of Duty campaign lore. I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign since Black Ops 3, and that one was shit. Hello there, professional agent. How you doing there? The Summer Game Fest was absolute trash. Yeah, it wasn't great, dude. You know, it was mainly just shitty games or just games that didn't have enough, you know, gameplay, whatever. Oh wait, this is what? Let me. Oh yeah, look at this. Did anybody see this? A bloody a Saw game, and you know, I don't really have anything to say about it, but what I thought was kind of funny is that it's made by Bloober Team. Bloober Team are just shitting out games left, right, and center. My God, how the hell can you expect any type of quality from Bloober Game when they're releasing a new game like every fucking 6 months, dude? My God, man. Not to mention that the shit they do release is absolute fucking anal waste, okay? Fucking Layers of Fear. Don't get me started with goddamn Layers of Fear, okay? But Bloober Team are just, oh my God, atrocious, dude. This is definitely, like, they're, you know, like Capcom and Bloober Team, fucking just two dog shit fucking horror game companies right there. My God, bro, they have no place making horror games, okay? You know, not to mention that fucking Silent Hill 2 remake. Don't even get me started with that. But yeah, Bloober Team, they're making a Saw game. It's a multiplayer game, alright? So I'm guessing it's like Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th, that killer clowns from outer space game. Space game, you know, that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. These games do not interest me, alright? Never played Dead by Daylight, never played fucking Friday the 13th. I'm not saying these games are bad, they do not appeal to me. I just thought this was kind of funny because it's made by shitty ass Bloober Team, okay? I don't know why they're making a Saw game. You know, there's been a couple of Saw games before and they were fucking terrible. How do you even make a good Saw game? It's just there's no material to work with, right? It's a series where people get abducted and they have to fight out of these, you know, fucking puzzle trap places or whatever. I don't think you can really make a good game out of Saw, right? It would basically just be a puzzle game. Right, but yeah, there'd be no combat because, you know, there is no combat. They tried to add combat to those Saw games on the 360, right? You had to fight like other survivors, but they were shit games. Team Ico, new game from them. Yeah. Them V parts made you quit DMC5. Yeah, they did. They did. That fucking emo? Yeah. Oh man, what a terrible character that was, though. With the weird fucking owl? Bro, I don't fucking know, dude. Really, questionable. Highly questionable, man. Really, really questionable. I don't know why they didn't just have, Dante and, what the hell's his name? Fucking Virgil's kid? Even though I'm not really a fan of that character. He was a what the hell's his name, dude? Virgil's son, right? Bro, that character is a fucking right stick bundle. Like in DMC4, where he's having that fucking tantrum, bro, and he starts punching ground. What a fucking Gaylord. Oh man, fucking Gaylord, bro. He's having a tantrum, bro. Punching the floor and shit. Get a hold of yourself, man. Fucking batty boy over here having a tantrum, bro. Punching the floor and shit. Screaming and shit. My God, bro. What a soy boy right there. I can't look at him the same after that. You remember that? That was years ago, right? Because I think that was like 2021 or something. But years ago, right? I did a playthrough of DMC4 on stream, right? You remember that fucking shit, dude? I think even back then, man, I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? But yeah, Virgil's son, that character is fucking, you know, bit of a stick bundle right there. He's fun to play as, but character-wise, my god. I'd rather play as Dante, you know. Dante is, I do like Dante. My favorites are DMC 1 and 3. Yeah, I like DMC 3. The thing is, though, DMC 3 is the best in my opinion, but it's a very flawed. Like, some of the enemies in that game, good lord, bro. No Hot Wheels, no Clutch, no Sonic WoW racing game. Racers. Hit Bloober. Yeah, Bloober is shit. They really are. Like, the only game that may be good, okay, I'm being very generous here, because it could very easily be shit, but the only game that might be playable is that Kronos game. You know, I've heard it's just a fucking bootleg Dead Space, so, you know, why would you even really want to play it? But, you know, if in a few years' time that game's on sale for like $5, I'd be willing to play it, alright? But, I'm definitely not eager to play it, and I definitely don't have very high expectations, but, you know, if that game comes on, if it goes on sale for $5, I might pick it up and stream it, okay? But that's the only game that I've ever seen from Bloober Team that I would even be I would even consider playing. Everything else, fuck no. I really hate Bloober Team. I think they're a fucking hack developer. It still blows my mind that fucking Konami gave them, you know, they let them work on the Silent Hill 2? Mind-blowing right there. Mind-blowing. Man, not the duck, dude. The return of the duck, bro. Layers of boredom, yeah. My god, man. The thing is, like, not only are those runaway hiding simulators, those walking simulators, not only are they bad, but bro, Layers of Fear, there's no enemy encounters. You can't die in that game. So you take the already shit formula of, you know, Outlast, right? Where you run away from enemies, you can't fucking fight back, you have to hide, right? You take that already shit formula and you make it even shitter because there's no enemies. You can't die. It's literally a walking simulator. Who the fuck wants to play that? Crawler, you saw the first Saw movie, one of my favourite movies. I've seen every Saw movie, even Saw X. I think they're all good. You know, there's some that are weaker than others, but I like Saw franchise a lot. I think they're all good movies. Even the X one was fine. You know, there's too many of them at this point, but I think they're fine. They're not like, you know, fucking, you know, mind-blowing movies or anything, but I like them, you know. I like, you know, the trap, like the whole trap idea and stuff. I like violence and gore and shit, so, you know, the different traps, it's always cool to watch the different traps. John Kramer's a cool villain and stuff. Like, he has a really cool voice. I would have liked to have, seen him do the level exploration. It has some problems, but... Watch Silent Hill Downfall. Isn't even Silent Hill. Oh yeah, that game. And that game right there. Is there anything else before we get on to the inevitable? I don't even care about that. The last, well, there wasn't they didn't even show anything off, but, this game got announced. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Made by, who is it made by? Again. What are they called? Bayonetta. Okay, so it's made by, the same devs as Bayonetta and Ninja Gaiden, I see. So I'm guessing this is gonna be like a hack and slash game. A hack and slash Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game made by the developers of Bayonetta and Ninja Gaiden. Could be cool. I haven't played Ninja Gaiden 4, but it looks like it's good. Kind of weird, you know? I mean, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. What the hell is this video, dude? Babe, do you think our waitress is hot? Why am I getting recommended this? But yeah, you know, it could be good, right? That Ninja Gaiden 4 looks like it's a good game. I like Turtles in Time back on the SNES era. Did you ever play that fucking, that infamously hard one? Okay. Just shaking my head, man. I'm absolutely disgusted. Oh, man. It's so disgusting. It's so sickening, dude. So you guys have been waiting for this. So Resident Evil Resident Evil Veronica, okay? Not Resident Evil Code Veronica, but Resident Evil Veronica, right? So Code Veronica remake. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought it was kind of funny how you don't even know it's Resident Evil for like the first fucking 2 minutes of the trailer here. I guess they like to do this whole surprise thing, right? Man, Capcom, no one fucking cares, okay? We all know this game was coming. Yeah, what can I say, dude? What can I say? It's just gonna be the same shit. You know, we've already played Code Veronica Remake. You know? Well, we've already seen it or whatever. You know why? Because it's gonna be the same shit as RE2 Remake, RE3 Remake, RE4 Remake. It's just another Resident Evil remake. What is there to fucking say? Everything that I've said about those games applies here. It's just gonna take a classic game that we all love and just absolutely ruin it. That's all they're gonna do. You know, it's gonna be third person, right? Another fucking third person slop remake. It's gonna take the characters and water them down. They're gonna be boring, they're gonna be lame, they're gonna be lifeless. They're gonna have shit boring dialogue. They're gonna remove all the charm and the soul from those characters, from that dialogue, right? And they're just gonna give us these shitty, boring, soulless characters with forgettable dialogue, just unlikable, right? You know, over the shoulder, right? Over the shoulder shit, and the inevitable cut content. You can't have a Resident Evil remake without cut content. So that's what it's gonna be, alright? Just like all the other games. They're all the same. You know, I'm not a genius, right? So, you know, next year, when this game gets announced and what I say becomes true, you know, I'm not a genius for that, okay? You know, it's not like, okay, Nightcrawler, my god, you predicted the future. What you said was right, bro. My god, how did you know? Yeah, it didn't take a genius to know this, okay? It takes common sense, right? History, Capcom have a history of this shit, and that's all it's gonna be, okay? It's just gonna be butchered characters and story, over the shoulder, you know, gameplay. No music, alright? There'll be no music. It'll be silence and a fuckload of cut content. They're gonna, you know, cut out areas, they'll cut out fucking weapons or whatever. They'll change shit. They'll take characters and they'll just make them completely different. They're gonna remove all the controversial shit, right? All the controversial stuff like the some of the dialogue and the whole cross-dressing shit, right? They'll redesign characters. It's just the same, dude. It's just the same as 2, 3, and 4. There's nothing to say, right? That's all it is. It's just another Resident Evil remake. Obviously it stings, right? This is quite possibly my favorite Resident Evil game. I really, really adore this game. So to see a game that you fucking adore get just absolutely buried into the ground and done so dirty, it stings, obviously, but it was inevitable, dude. We all knew this was coming, right? I fucking said this when Ori 9 came out. I said, Ori 9's come out, right? All the hype, dude. Ori 9 is in its honeymoon phase. All the fanboys are glazing it. Oh my god, Ori 9's amazing. 10 out of 10 masterpiece. But then once the hype settles down, people will forget about it, right? And then, in a couple of months, the next remake will get announced. And, oh, what a surprise, it did. Because it's the same cycle, right? It's the same repetitive cycle that Capcom's been doing for like 10 years at this point, right? It's a remake with all the issues I spoke of. And then you get a new game. Then it gets hyped up, then it dies out, and then another remake. It's the same cycle, right? That's all it is. That's all it is. Obviously, the fanboy is gonna eat this shit up. But that's Resident Evil fans for ya. They are just they can't be saved. All right, it's been taken over by casuals that hate Resident Evil. Okay, they claim to be Resident Evil fans, but they hate Resident Evil. That's the funny thing, right? They don't even like what Resident Evil is. Everything that makes Resident Evil, they hate. Hence why the remakes are what they are, because they don't want a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, okay? They want a completely different game, and that's what they're gonna get. Because people don't even like this fucking game. If you ask a modern day Resident Evil fan if they like Code Veronica, they're gonna say no. All they're gonna do is shit on it. They're gonna call it outdated. The tank controls suck. The fixed camera sucks. The door opening animations suck. The backtracking sucks. The graphics suck. The cheesy dialogue sucks. Well, why the hell do you want a remake of this game then? You are a fan of Resident Evil. You're not a fan of Resident Evil Code Veronica. Yet you want a remake of it. You're gonna eat this game up. You're gonna glaze it. You're gonna call it a masterpiece. Right? Yeah, these are the same people that will call us haters because we don't like this game. They will call us fake fans. Right? The people that actually like what Resident Evil is, they will act like we don't know what we're talking about. That what we're saying is a bunch of shit. We're just haters. That we're nitpicking. Yet we're the fans of the games they're remaking. They don't like the games that they're remaking. We do. Yet we're supposed to take their words seriously? Right? That's all it is. That's all it is. Resident Evil is lost, right? There's no point dwelling on it. There's no point complaining about it. It's never going to change. Resident Evil has been dead for 20 years, right? It's no longer made for Resident Evil fans. It's made for this new era of Resident Evil fans. Right? So all we could do is we play the old games that we like, that we love, and we enjoy them, right? We can play them as much as we want. We can go back and replay them, and we just let the new RE fans eat up their slop and suck on Capcom's balls and buy the next shitty remake buy the deluxe edition, right? And then defend it when it gets criticized, right? They'll defend it to their graves. They'll suck Capcom's nuts, and they'll bitch and moan and cry when it gets any type of backlash towards it, which it will, because there's a lot of Resident Evil fans out there that complain, and the thing is, I don't know why. Why? Nothing you say is gonna change what's happened. What's the point? There's no point getting worked up about it. There's no point dwelling on it. Resident Evil sucked for 20 years. Why? What's even the point of talking about it, dude? The only thing we can do is just let it go, right? Play the old games if we want to, and just leave the current Resident Evil to the current fans, right? And we can just enjoy what we like. There's plenty of fucking horror games out there. There's Tormented Souls, right? Like, I would much rather, put that time into playing a game I do like, right? I'm more interested to play Tormented Souls 3 than I am to waste my time worrying about what the next fucking game that, Resident Evil game that Capcom's gonna shit at. There's no point stressing about it, right? And that's why this will most likely be the only type of content that I do on this remake. I might talk about it a little bit here and there on stream, but I'm not gonna make any videos, right? I'm not gonna make a video on this trailer. I'm not gonna make it on any other trailers because it's just, it's old at this point, right? It's the same old shit. We don't need to see any more videos of Nightcrawler complaining about Resident Evil or the remakes, because everything I said in those RE4 remake videos applies here. So why do I need to repeat myself? That's why I've not made an RE9 video, because it's tiresome at this point. We get it, okay? Resident Evil sucks. It's gonna suck. It has sucked for 20 years. So what's the point? I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not gonna make any more videos on it. If a new trailer gets announced and people bring it up in the comments, sure, I might talk about it for a bit, but I'm not gonna invest any more, invest any type of time into making content on this game. I simply don't care, dude. People ask me for RE9 content, and there's a reason why I've still not made any type of video on it, because I just don't care, dude. And nobody should care. Nothing's gonna change. We're not gonna change anybody's minds, right? Resident Evil's lost to the RE fanboys, alright? After Veronica, it'll be RE1 remake, RE0, and RE5, yeah. It will be, So it's a cycle. It's just a repetitive cycle. Claire Mod's gonna go wild. Speechless, breathless, soulless, yeah. I never played Code Veronica, yeah? You like Resident... Yeah, you like the old school Resident Evil games, don't you? Yeah, play it, dude. It's in my opinion, it's one of the best Resident Evil games. It's a great old school Resident Evil game. It gets a lot, a lot of people hate it, but like the majority of the hate towards Code Veronica is coming from people that say fucking Resident Evil 2 remake is good, so how can you even take their words seriously? Krabby Cat will come back again. I don't know though, because he did the RE4 remake videos, but he never did one on 2. He never did one on 3. So, you know, Krobby Cat might just be an RE4 fan. He might not even like the fucking old school Resident Evil games. He never made those videos, you know, so... honestly, I don't know. A betrayal to us real fans. They're just gonna ruin everything that made OG Code Veronica great. Yeah, that's what they do, you know. That's what they do. Because, you know, they're not making it for the fans of the original. They're making it for people that pretend to like the originals, but, you know, whenever they open their mouth about it, it's just doing nothing but shit on them, you know, complaining that they're outdated. If you liked the old school games, you wouldn't complain about them constantly, right? Why do you want remakes of games that you hate? I don't get that. I don't get that. You're not a fan of the game, then, are you? It's just, you know, it doesn't make any sense. But then again, Resident Evil fans are, you know, they're fucking, you know, they don't make sense, right? They're not normal functioning human beings, right? You know, they don't function like regular people, right? They're basically drones. You can't have a mature conversation with them. You can't reason with them. You can't make any sense with them. All they do is cry, and suck Capcom's dick, and wait, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, and suck Capcom's dick. All right, that's the whole. You know, that's their whole purpose, is to cry and suck Capcom's dick. All right, they are loyal servants to Capcom. Their only purpose on this earth is to defend their beloved Resident Evil games and to kiss the almighty Capcom's feet, alright? They don't have any, you know, actual critical thinking, right? They don't function like regular human beings, they're just drones, right? They're Capcom servants. Not gonna play it, doubt. Oh yeah, you can keep on wishing, okay, pilot? Ninja Gaiden 4, I really want to play. It looks like a fun game. Yeah, probably, you know, it does look promising. You know, I do like Ninja Gaiden. I haven't played it in years, but I do like it. I played all those games. You know, Black, Ninja Gaiden 1 Black, 2, 3. Not the NES ones though, because those games look fucking they're fucking torture games, dude. Who the hell wanna play them? I've heard a lot of flack about it, but at some point I'll have to just try Code Veronica. Well, I mean, you like old school Resident Evil. You like it. The only people complaining about it is people that don't like the old games. You know, they say that they're outdated, right? The same people that hate Code Veronica also hate RE1 original, RE2 original, RE3 original, right? It's all the same reasons. Code Veronica is quite possibly the best Resident Evil game ever made. Even better than 1, even better than 2. Possibly, okay? It's hard, but it is easily top 3, right? And it has the best soundtrack as well, probably even better than 2. Witcher 3 getting DLC? Oh man, I don't care about Witcher 3, dude. I'm not a big Witcher guy, and I've played the second one. Did I play the first one? I don't know. I played the second one, and, you know, I enjoyed it, but, you know, I'm not exactly, you know, big time Witcher fan over here. It's just kind of one of those games that I played once fucking, you know, years ago, and never looked back at. Guess sorry 9 came and when stupid shit moved. Guess sorry 9 came and when moved on to next slop, yeah. It was the same shit that happened with RE8. You remember, like, when RE8 was announced and it got all hyped up and it came out and all the streamers were playing it and all the fans were glazing it, right? And then, like, 2 weeks later, nobody was talking about it. Nobody was playing it. It was fucking, you know, left in the dust, bro. Nobody gave a shit about it anymore. Right? And then, you know, RE4 got announced. That was super glazed, right? And then that shit came out. It was super hyped up, right? Masterpiece. And then once again, nobody was fucking playing it. It's the same shit, dude. It's just, it's just consume product. That's all it is. Just consume product. Get hyped for next product. Buy product. Consume product. Forget about product. You know, then repeat with the next game, with the next product. I'm telling you, man, like RE9, no one's fucking talking about it, dude. No one gives a shit about RE9. And that's the thing, that's what's funny in it. Like, these people claim that these games are 10 out of 10s, they're masterpieces, but a game that you consider a 10 out of 10, do you just forget about it in a month? No, you don't. Like, I mean, I wouldn't consider any game a 10 out of 10, but if we're talking like best of the best, right, like some of my most beloved games, I don't forget about them in a month, right? I play them to death. I play them multiple times. I play everything that can be done in them, right? And then, years later, I reminisce about them. I'm constantly thinking about them. I have good memories of them. I go back to them, right? I replay them every few years or whatever. They're constantly on my mind, right? If I'm talking about, the best games of that genre, it comes to mind, right? There's discussions going on about it. I don't just play it once, call it a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and then forget about it in a month. That's what casuals do, right? They're not real fans. They're not real gamers, right? That's not what real gamers do. Real gamers don't just throw around the 10 out of 10 masterpiece bullshit with every fucking game because they have actual standards. It's not realistic, dude. Who the hell just calls every game they play a 10 out of 10 masterpiece? Only casuals do that. Like me, I mean, like I said, I don't call any game a 10 out of 10, but if we're talking about an actual amazing game that lasts, that leaves a lasting impression that I really, really adore, those don't come around that often, right? Because if you call every game a 10 out of 10, then it loses all its meaning, dude. Right? How could it be truly special if every game is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece? It's such a fucking stupid term, dude. It's way overused. A 10 out of 10 should be reserved for a truly special game. You shouldn't just throw it around like fucking loose change. If if you label every game that, then it loses all its meaning. It's fucking stupid. Seriously. 10 out of 10 masterpiece is nothing but a fucking normie term, alright? Actual gamers, right, they don't throw around that term constantly. I mean, yeah, I don't agree with the whole term to begin with, but I'm not saying that if you use that term that you're a fucking normie. It's just the people that throw around constantly. That's what the normies do. Like, you can use that term, right? I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I just personally don't quite click with it like other people do, right? But I can understand it, right? I can understand it. But you don't throw it around constantly, dude. You reserve it for the best of the best, for games you really, really adore. Like, you know, if I had to, right? If I had a gun to my head and I had to, you know, give some games that 10 out of 10 name, then the list would be not huge, right? I could think of, like, you know, obviously I could think of quite a few, but I couldn't, like, just, you know, name like 50 off the top of my head. I'd have to actually think about it, you know? But, you know, sure, there might be a couple of handfuls of games that I would call a 10 out of 10 if I had to, but, you know, I can't just fucking name 20 off the top of my head like that, right? Because why would you? But yeah, Pilot, you know, Pilot, bro, you definitely know one game that I would give that 10 out of 10 legendary status to if I had to, wouldn't ya? Yeah, you know exactly which game I'm talking about. They say the same thing every time, 10 out of 10 masterpiece, then move on. Yeah, it's fucking stupid, dude. It's just so cringe, well cringe. That term, it's lost all its credibility. It has no meaning, right? Zero credibility. Leave the 10 out of 10 masterpiece term to all the normies and to fucking Penguin Guy, okay? Hey guys, just gave the 10 out of 10. I'm so goddamn tired right now, I can barely stay awake. Oh, okay, so what's up? What's going on, guys? So, yeah, this game is a masterpiece, alright. Oh, sorry about that. I just almost dozed off there. But yeah, wait, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, masterpiece. Yeah, masterpiece. So yeah, this game's a masterpiece. All right. I got my white shirt on. I haven't washed my hair for 2 weeks. I'm struggling to stay awake right now. Okay, let me just get an energy drink. Oh yes, that'll perk me up. But yeah, this game is a masterpiece. A masterpiece. Oh, God, I need to go to bed. I've been up for I've been up for 7 hours, bro, making these videos. I'm so tired, dude. I can barely even keep awake, man. It's like I've been working 9 to 5 in the coal mine, dude. I just can't keep my goddamn eyes open. Fuck that guy, okay? Fuck Penguin Guy, bro. Oh, God. Fuck normies and fuck the Penguin Guy. Every game comes and goes these days, yeah. Alright. It's like that fucking Pragmata, dude. That Pragmata that came out, you know, people were fucking glazing that game, calling that 10 out of 10. Nobody's talking about it anymore. RE9, 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Nobody's talking about it anymore, right? I guess it's that fucking 007 game, right? That game's getting glazed, right? Nobody's gonna be talking about that game in next month, okay? Same shit. Oh yeah, fuck that game, by the way. I've heard about that game. You know, like when that game was in development, I thought, you know, it might actually be good, right? It's made by IO Interactive. They made those, you know, they made the Hitman games. The modern Hitman games are actually fucking bangers, right? I thought it might actually be fucking good, but yeah, looks like a right piece of shit, dude. It's basically just a movie game with shitty fucking gameplay, right? What a disappointment, dude. Masterpiece has no meaning anymore. Such an overused term, yeah. Overused word. Even my most beloved games I don't consider a masterpiece, yeah. That's what I mean, like, the highest I would give a game is like a 9.5, right? Because, you know, I leave that 0.5 for, like, really small issues, right? Because, obviously, 10 out of 10 is perfect, flawless, right? which no game is. Even the best of the best are not flawless games, because, you know, even the tiniest thing can be considered a flaw. Just because it isn't a big flaw, and it's a really tiny flaw, it's still a flaw, right? So that'll knock off like tiny little, you know, points. So like I'll leave that 0.5 for those really, really, really minor issues, right? Like maybe there's a glitch, or maybe there's a janky game mechanic, or maybe there's a level that's not that great, right? There's small problems, but you know, they're small flaws, but they are technically flaws, right? So, you know, that's what I'll leave them for. Like, I'm trying to think of a fucking example, dude. I mean, I don't know. I can't really think of an example, but actually, I can think of an example. An example would be Resident Evil 4 original, right? Like Resident Evil 4, I would give the OG RE4 a 9.5, right? I'd give that game a 9.5. That is a damn near a masterpiece, if you ask me. And then all you think, oh, what are these small, little, tiny issues? Well, one that comes to mind is that the archers, right, with the crossbows, they can sometimes hit you through geometry, which is a small issue. I think it only happens in like a couple of spots, but you know, it's a tiny issue, right? It's a very, very small issue, but it is technically a flaw, right? So if you have this tiny thing that is a flaw, right, no matter how minor it is, it's still a flaw, which means it isn't a masterpiece, because a masterpiece is a perfect game, a flawless game, right? You get my logic with that? It's not a bad thing though. Like saying that a game is a 9.5 with some tiny flaws, that's not a bad thing. It's just being fucking honest. It's just not being a fanboy, right? It's having actual like reasonable criticism. You can criticize something you like and still be a huge fan of it. You know, that actually makes you a real fan. A real fan of something would be able to criticize it. Like somebody who acts like something is perfect is not really a real fan, are they? Because they're in denial. They're delusional, dude. They can't even be honest with themselves. A real fan of something can acknowledge the flaws. That's why criticism is a good thing, because, you know, you want it to be better. That's why fucking, you know, your shit is considered like nitpicking, dude. I mean, you're just fucking nitpicking, right? Well, you just have standards, right? Like, yeah, you may settle for something, but why settle for something when it could be better? You know, that's how we improve. That's how we improve gaming. We don't settle for something. We move. You know, we move forward and we try and improve on things. But, you know, a lot of fucking gamers or fucking casuals have low standards, so something that we see as a flaw, they won't even care about, and that's a problem, okay? That's low standards. Actual fans would point out these flaws and actually want them to improve in those, you know, in those categories or whatever. That's what gaming used to be. Gaming used to improve on flaws to make a better experience, to, you know, make a sequel, you know, that much better. But nowadays, that didn't happen, dude. They just see it as nitpicks. Oh, you're just nitpicking. You're just being a hater, dude. Like, why settle for something when it could be better? You know, it makes no fucking sense. I don't know how Penguin Zero has a fan base. Dude is as interesting as watching paint dry. Oh yeah, you know, we've been there before, dude. He's, I don't know what to say about that guy, man. Don't know what to say about that, bro. About that guy. That guy is, what can I say? The internet just makes, strange people famous, dude. You know? Hello there, Frost. How you doing there? Really late. Very, very late. Okay, I'm basically done, bro. I'm leaving in a second. But hello nonetheless. Another flaw with OG RE4 is getting grabbed while reloading. Wait, what? That's not a flaw. That's a punishment for reloading at the wrong time. It's your fault for reloading at the wrong time. You're to blame for that. That's not a game flaw. There's only 3 games at most. I'd give a 9.5. Yeah, is the dude. For me, RE4, I'd give a 9.5. Silent Hill 2, would I give Silent Hill 2 a 9.5? I don't know, actually. I'd definitely give it a 9, easy 9, but 9.5? I don't know, dude. Easy 9, though. Definitely. Honestly, I could name a fair few 9s, but 9.5, that is a tough, actually. That is tough. Definitely tough, bro. Honestly, I could name quite a lot of 9s, like a fair few, but 9.5s, that's hard, because that is those are the best of the best, right? Which are few and far between. Oh shit, rip, I'll catch next stream. Yeah, you'll have to go watch the VOD. I think this has been a pretty good stream, right? I think this has been an alright stream. This is pretty much what I was, going for. I basically did everything I was wanting to do. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the stream, alright? I hope you guys liked the stream. And, thank you everyone for being here live, okay? I hope you enjoyed it. And also to everyone watching, the VOD later on YouTube. I hope you guys also enjoyed, okay? Gotta give a shout out to my VOD watchers, because, I actually didn't realize this, but I actually do have quite a lot of, people that watch the VODs, because obviously, not everybody can catch the live stream, not everybody can catch the stream when it's live, especially with the shit time zone, so they have to watch, the VODs, so... Yeah, a shout out to the VOD watchers, alright? Hope you guys enjoyed as well. I really appreciate anybody for watching, especially to those who stick around for a good portion of it. Those are especially appreciated. Like, Retro, thank you, Retro. You've been here the entire time, so special thanks to you, man. Also to Trans as well. You've been here the entire time. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. You see, that's a good one right there, Pilot, dude. That right there is actually, a job done well, because Trans has a really low attention span. So the fact that I was able to keep his attention the entire stream for 2 hours, you see? Hell yeah, man. That's a score right there for Nightcrawler, bro. He managed to hold the attention of the low attention span Trans. In a bit, Retro. Yeah, have a good day, brother. I'm gonna end it in a minute, so. If Evil Within 1 got a remaster, would you play it? The thing is, right, is that, do you know what? I actually wouldn't be against an Evil Within remaster. Honestly, I would prefer an update, honestly, because, the only good that could come from a remaster is just from fixing some of the jankiness, which, that's something that they could just fix in an update, right? I mean, if we're talking Evil Within 1 remaster, 60 FPS, fucking, you know, cleaning up the game, alright, fixing issues. Say it was a reasonable price. You know, maybe it was on offer or something. Yeah, maybe. I don't know though. Like, if it was an actual good remaster and fixed some of the issues that I have with the game in terms of like jankiness and performance issues, then I would definitely buy it on a sale, you know. But if we're talking brand new for like $40 even, nah. Especially not $70. Why would you want a remaster just giving an update? Yeah, that's what I mean. It really just would be better just to have an update. Fucking, you know, because I think remasters are all about visuals, aren't they? Which I don't care about that. Like, Evil Within 1 looks fine, dude. Looks fine, that game. You know, I'm not a graphic junkie, so I don't care about these minor improvements, you know, to fucking the visuals. I mean, I think I think I think a game like Resident Evil 2 looks great, so why am I gonna care, you know? Like, I love the way a game like Resident Evil 2 looks, so I'm not exactly a graphic junkie, you know? I'm all about art rather than visual fidelity and realism, you know? I like the art style of a game more than the graphics, the textures or whatever. I love the way that old games look, you know. There's not many people that would say that old games look good, but I think they do. I think there's, you know, I love the way PS2 games look. I love the way PS1 games look and stuff. I love that aesthetic, you know, because it feels like a video game, right? And it just, you know, it's just appealing, dude. Something can be not realistic looking and be visually appealing. That's why fucking pixel games look good, because, you know, pixel games, you know, pixelated art styles are not realistic, but they're visually pleasing because they have, you know, an appealing art style, right? Art style, I would take art style over realism any day. Fuck realism, dude. Realism is so overrated. Seriously, like, I would take like cell shaded graphics or pixelated graphics or, I don't know, cartoony graphics, fantasy graphics, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know, any type of fucking art style. I would take like some unrealistic art style over realism any day. I don't even like fucking realism, dude. Especially with how like overused it is. That, you know, like, people will think I'm fucking crazy for saying this, but if you ask me, like, the original RE2 is way more visually pleasing than the remake. And no, that's not like nostalgia, okay? It's because I prefer that art style. It looks great, dude, you know? Not only does it look great for the tone of the game, you know, the genre, but it just looks appealing, you know? It has that video game look. It fits the tone of the game and stuff. You know, I'm not impressed by pretty fucking realistic graphics, dude. I never have been. Realistic graphics is what fucking normies care about, you know? Like, actual people that like good video games don't care about that stuff. That's on, you know, that's on the bottom of their list of things that they actually care about. It's a bonus, right? A remaster, not a remake, because I know you hate those. The thing is, I don't hate remakes. I hate what remakes. I hate reimaginings, alright? Like, because the thing is that people, you know, people call reimaginings remakes, right? I don't like reimaginings. I guess I like faithful remakes or whatever. It's just that, you know, the common remake is not a remake. It's I don't know, it's a shit remake or a reimagining, whatever the hell you want to call it. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here, okay? I'm just rambling at this point, so I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for being here. I hope you had a good time. You know, hopefully I mentioned a game that you were wanting to hear me talk about. I'm sorry if I missed anything, but either I just missed it or didn't really feel like the need to talk about it. But you know, hope you enjoyed nonetheless. I appreciate you all being here. Same to everyone watching later on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you all next time for whatever the stream will be. We'll have to see you then. So take care, everyone. Have a great day, and sayonara.